So let us get some lights in the hall, please, because at this time we are going to call upon one or two people to speak to us, and we want to see them very, very clearly. Please, can we have some more light in the hall, please? Thank you, Mr. Kusia. Thank you. Yes. Now, for any of such occasions, we really want to recognize and appreciate the presence of some key people who otherwise their absence may have made a very big difference. So at this juncture, we want to call upon, we really want to start with somebody who has been here with us for a long time within the Sierra Leonean community. He led us to very, very big heights. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to recognize the presence of the former chairman of the Sierra Leone Bristol Association, SLEBA, Mr. Tambanano, please. Can you stand up? Thank you. Now, having set a very good example of our own Sierra Leone Bristol Association here in Bristol, he left us, as we all know, to go back home and join our brothers in other endeavors. But when he left, somebody else took over. A young man who fortunately has just had a new baby girl. The new chairman of Sierra Leone Bristol Association, Mr. James Songo, please. Let's give him a nice. Thank you. Yes. At this time also, we really are not in the political game. This is not about politics. It is about a charity that our sister Hannah and her husband have endeavored to put together to promote and take care of our children who otherwise may not have had that sort of opportunity. But for an occasion like this, for somebody who is involved in some politics and probably for the betterment of our country, especially at a time when we so much need leaders or a leader who can change the direction of that country, I think it is important that we recognize the presence of the wife of one of our Sierra Leone People's Party aspirants, Mrs. Hannah Tegbe, please. We want to recognize her. Thank you. All right. So, without much ado, we go on to real business. I'm going to call upon a few people who, in their own way, have supported our sister Hannah and her husband, Roger, not only to set up this charity, but to support it in the kind of way in which we all expect it has so much potential. So go to give a few words to us in their own way. And the first of such people I want to call upon to talk is a young man, Mr. Mason Sisse. Can you come to the floor? Let us give him a very, very big round of applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Coffee Just Mason Sisse. I'm here this evening to talk about how it is to be a child in Sierra Leone. In England, as you all know, most of the children, they can access their child's rights, and that's what I'm based on today, the child's rights. So in England, most of the children can access their rights. For example, medical care, education, food and water, clean, and many others. But in Sierra Leone, that isn't always true, because maybe the children's parents, they're very poor, or maybe the children's parents, they've lost them, or they've died. So it's quite hard for them to access their own rights. Where I live is a place full of very, very poor children. But we're happy because we can access our rights. We have food 3 times per day. We have clean water to drink. We have clean uses of water and to do everything. And we also have everything that we need, medical care, and we go to school as well. So I'm very happy to be here tonight because it makes me feel like I'm changing something. And if there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here this evening and to have the opportunity to... We saw all of those tiny improvements reversed. Not because children died of Ebola in those numbers, but children didn't access the normal care and the normal preventative measures that would have protected their lives. So we are back to 1 in 3 children dying under 5. We are back to 1 in 7, I understand, women dying in childbirth. Now, to my thinking, the answer, I always say the face of the poverty in Sierra Leone is the lack of healthcare and the lack of justice, and that the answer to both is education. There's no quick flick of a switch that we can do and to solve the problem quickly, but education. If we had had an educated population when Ebola hit, there would not have been the confusion that took place. I went into communities who genuinely had no idea which of the stories to believe. There were some people saying it was a virus over here. Okay, maybe that was right. And if you believe them, you're going to protect yourself accordingly. There were others here who were saying, actually, no, it's the president, and he's going out and he's sending people to poison wells because he's trying to campaign to get money from donor governments. Then bidi tokao. Yes? There's some over here who are saying it's the health workers harvesting organs. Have you seen anybody leave any of those health centres alive? No, well, don't go there because you'll die. All this rubbish about the bodies are infectious. Not doing. Actually, they're taking the organs. Some of you will have been, you'll have seen the chaos. There are others, no, it's none of that, it's which plane crashes. Yeah? Others, it's because the water, mami water, I tell we don't put bridge under. We don't listen now. You know? And all of those stories were equally believable to people. It was real chaos. I don't know how many of you went out. You know, you and I, if you hear me say something really crazy, 2 minutes later you've Googled it and you've checked whether it's true or not. Alain? And you either prove me right or wrong. Either, you know what, I thought it was nonsense, but she's right, or I thought it was nonsense and it is. Yeah? But you think like that, you can read, and you've got the technology in your pocket. And our people are so vulnerable because of the lack of education. And this is where I stand, is that until we deal with that issue, every problem, small problem that walks past Sierra Leone is going to become a national disaster. And this is why we have got to do better with our education. Let's think as well about the fact that we've gone from being poorest to now 5th poorest. I mean, hello, that's crazy. We have gold, we have diamond, we have all sorts of mineral resources. We have incredibly courageous, resilient, strong, intelligent people. We have stunning beaches that should be the foundation for a great tourist industry. We have the 3rd deepest natural harbour in the world. We should be importing and exporting to the entire sub-region. We have fantastically fertile land. You know, we're not talking Somalia, where it's cracked, baked earth, where nothing grows. We're talking Sierra Leone. The joke, you drop a pen today, you've got a pen tree tomorrow. Everything grows. We should be a healthy country. And if we look at the aid, how many millions of dollars, of pounds, of euros, of krona, of everything else you can think of, where's the impact? Where's the impact? So my plea to you is get more involved. Let's make sure we are making the aid work for everybody, not just the top layer. And let's really give our kids a chance of a proper education. You can probably tell I could talk and talk. This is my passion, this is my life, adi. But I won't, because you've got other people to listen to. But yeah, Leone, Nami, Rafi. So one way you can get involved is to contribute now, but don't do it from a distance. Don't do it from a distance. You need to get involved. You need to go back and do stuff. Maybe not permanently transfer, maybe permanently transfer. But some people are going back, and they're going back with a heart. And they're taking their exposure to new ideas and new ways of doing things, and they're making a difference. And some people are going back and taking advantage of the weaknesses. Go back and make a difference. We can, it's a small country, we can change things if we have that heart. But at the moment, our kids are in trouble. The standards in the schools are shocking, are really shocking, but we can do better. So our little organisation is Educate, and I hope that we will be working with COGA to do that, to make a difference to our children. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, we move on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another lady who has been a pillar behind the couple whose charity we are promoting today. Fortunately for us, the husband and the man and the brain, I don't want to say the money, because I don't know too much about that, behind the charity that we're talking about is back here with us. Let us give him a very big round of applause. Roger, can you stand up, please? Let us all thank you very much, brother. All right, so I'm now going to call upon another very, very associate of the family in many respects, and the kind of support they have been giving them throughout this struggle. I want to call upon Mrs. Mary Cisse, please. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. This is just an impromptu speech I've been asked to give. Anyway, this is all about the charity. First of all, that's my sister, my younger sister. People say, well, she looks like me. So anyway, like I just said, this is just an impromptu speech. I haven't planned anything to say. But I just want to ask people to generously donate. £30, £40, that can educate a child for the whole year in Sierra Leone. And if we can donate anything whatsoever to do with clothing, school items, and money just to help poor children. Well, they are not actually poor, but with the situation in Sierra Leone, we all know that things are very, very hard. And we just have to help in whichever way we can to educate these children and get them out of this poverty. It's not easy, but we just have to do whatever we can to help. So please, tonight, I'm asking anyone who can donate money or any schooling material just to help these kids. And Hannah is done very, very well to bring this charity to what it is at this moment. So please, let's give her a round of applause for her hard work. So by the end of the evening, I hope people will dip into their pockets and then just give something towards this charity. It's just at its grassroots, but we need it to develop. And okay, I can see your raffles. Anyway, we just need people to help so we can kickstart this charity to go to a higher place.
Plead to us, where we can, where we are able, let us please support a worthy cause in the interest of the children of God in Sierra Leone. Well, I want to call upon another lady who has also been involved in some work in Sierra Leone. She is, I understand, the founder of Friends of Diabetes in Sierra Leone. This is one of those diseases where, in our own context, it is not so much on display, it is so much recognized. But she has been part and parcel of an organization that is helping some of our people who have problems with diabetes. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to call upon Mrs. Salome Heights, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests of the high table. As I said, my name is Salome Heights. I'm the founder of Friends of Diabetes Sierra Leone. And we're also a charity, just like Hannah. And I congratulate Hannah with the help of Roger and the whole family for what they do in Sierra Leone for these disadvantaged children. And we hope God will continue to bless them and guide them and empower them to do what their heart has guided them to do. I have founded Friends of Diabetes Sierra Leone because of my family history. I lost my dad's twin sister to diabetes because she cut her toenail, and because we didn't have no information of what was happening, she died a horrible death. And now, you go to Sierra Leone, we have lots of people suffering from diabetes and no information about the disease, no help, and we can't quantify how many people are dying of diabetes in Sierra Leone. Because people die, we don't do postmortems, and people just follow their belief systems. People die overnight of stroke, diabetes stroke, they go to diabetes comas, they get slow healing wounds, we attribute it to witchcraft. So that is what we are doing in Sierra Leone. We are educating people about diabetes. Those that have the disease, we tell them how to manage it. And we who haven't got it yet, we tell people how to prevent it. And as Hannah is doing, we have lots of other charities that are doing things all for the good of Sierra Leone. So I congratulate her. I just want to tell you a bit of what we've been doing. We've been teaching in schools, we've been holding public campaigns, we're working in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, but it's still a big issue. As you know, even in this country, on the news you hear people saying diabetes is going to bankrupt the NHS. So if in this country we have a National Health Service and this is happening, what about people back there who don't have anything? So all we're asking for is your support. Like tonight, support Hannah so that she can go ahead and help these children you see. They need things for their school, their parents are poor. Just like I have type 1 diabetes children who without insulin for a week, they will die. And we have adults with diabetes who need their medication. Some need insulin, some need medication, oral medication, and cannot afford it. So if you support all these causes that we're doing, then it will be for the good of the whole country. So we're just appealing to that. And like Obama said in one of his little ideas he gave people, he said, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the changes that we seek. So nobody is going to do anything if we don't do it. So we are the people that should bring change. We all have our own ideas. What am I going to do there? That's not my business. But my motto is, my community is my responsibility. So I hope all of you here tonight, your community is your responsibility. So Sierra Leone is our community. We need to help the poor children. We need to help our disadvantaged men and women. Women die in childbirth because of diabetes. The children, they're so big in their tummies and they can't have them. And if they're having those children in our native homes, they're going to perish. We have type 1 diabetes children who have died in secondary schools that I have taught about diabetes. So I want you all to go home tonight with the motto that your community is your responsibility. All of us here individually, we have our own experiences we've gained in this country. Take it back to Sierra Leone and share it with the people you've left there. I thank you very much. And I pledge £40, like they said, £40. We educate a child for a year. I pledge £40 to Hannah for a child tonight. Even after we buy our tickets, it's 35. But with my ticket being bought, I still pledge £40 to Hannah's cause for one child. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Heights. That was a very, very inspiring and thought-provoking presentation. We just want to thank you, and we hope that some of our brothers here, the message will go around that indeed you are doing a very worthy cause in our country, just as our friends Hannah and her husband are doing likewise. We want now to call upon the last speaker for tonight. It's no other than somebody who I have known as a young man. We've grown together. Her dad was my own university mate, although he was much, much older than me. But she has done a lot of work in her own way, just as some of the presentations we have seen here tonight. She's a nurse by profession, and she has spearheaded an organization in this country for very many years called TOSPA. She is the chairlady currently, and we want to call upon her just to give us a brief idea about what she's doing and how she's hoping to help our people back home. And obviously, she has always been a very good friend and associate of Hannah and her husband in all of their endeavors and the kind of thing that they are doing, because she has started it before. She knows where the loopholes are. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to call upon Mrs. Elizabeth Conter, please.
Thank you, Kawan Sheriff. Thank you very much, Mr. Abu Sheriff. I call him Kawan Sheriff from my days in Bristol. Okay, we are the first settlers here in Bristol. Just the three families, the Sini Johnson family, the Abu Sheriff family, and my family. Just the three families here. Before we migrated to London, then Abu went and evacuated London and brought Sierra Leone down here. Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, patrons, ladies and gentlemen. Although Mr. Sheriff has told you I'm coming to talk to you about Toshba, but my main reason for being here tonight is to be the keynote speaker about COGA, that is Children of God Association, whose COA is the Roger Charlton family. Okay? I think I will first talk about COGA before I go to Toshba. I'm very honored to be asked by the COA of COGA, Mr. and Mrs. Roger Charlton, to be a keynote speaker for this occasion. It is my pleasure to talk about issues affecting the well-being of underprivileged communities or people like the children of this charity. So my role tonight is to let you know the reasons why the COAs chose this category of people.